Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make scallops and arugula with lentils and butter beans. Very delicious, very easy, so healthy. Here is a pound of scallops. I buy the frozen, wild, chemical-free scallops. Make sure you check the label on the bag. It should just say ingredients, scallops. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil, some cayenne pepper, some sweet paprika, a little bit of black pepper, and then a big pinch of salt. I'm going to toss those so they're all coated with olive oil. Now the secret here is the scallops will be coated in oil, but I'm going to cook them in a dry pan. By the way, you're going to pull off that little muscle. See that? It's called the foot. And it's called the foot because it doesn't really look like a foot. But it actually holds the scallop onto the shell, and it can be very tough. Now, I missed a couple, to be honest with you, when I prepped these. And it was funny because when I ate them, they were just as tender as a scallop. But usually they're tough. So try to pull them off if you can. And they just peel right off the side. No big deal. So you're going to put those in a dry saute pan on high heat. Very important it's high heat, because if it's not high heat, you won't get this nice sear on them. If it's low heat or medium heat, they'll just start to boil because they're all water, and you'll have boiled scallops. Not as good. Although I hear that's big in England. Okay, that was for my friend Brian. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to sear those about 3 minutes on each side, and you're going to see that little caramelization on there, even though it's not really caramelization. It's something I forgot the name of, Maillard effect or something like that. Anyway, maybe I'll write about it in the post. I'm going to take those out of the pan. They're going to rest in a bowl while I cook the rest of the ingredients, which is just going to take like 2-3 minutes in the same pan. I'm going to turn the heat down to medium because I don't want my delicious scallop juices burning. All right, I'm going to add in a whole clove of garlic, just roughly crushed, because I'm going to pull out those big chunks later. It's just going to season the beans. I'm going to dump in the juice of a lemon and a 12-ounce jar of rinsed, but not completely drained, butter beans. A pinch of Italian seasoning. Now what I mean by not totally drained, I just rinsed off the beans and I didn't let them really drain thoroughly. So there's a little bit of water on the bean, which helps deglaze the pan. Combines with the lemon juice and the garlic and a little bit of oil that was on the scallop, and really gets those beans so delicious. They'll kind of get a little bit of golden brown. You want to be careful not to burn them, of course. It's a very off flavor. But you should be fine on medium heat. So that only went for about a minute. I'm going to dump in about 1.5 cups of cooked lentils. I had them left over. You could just boil some lentils. Some stores actually sell packaged cooked lentils now, which is kind of a nice convenient ingredient. I'm going to throw in a couple handfuls of baby arugula. In Europe, they call it rocket because it has like an exploding, bright, spicy flavor. The other story is because the Romans considered it an aphrodisiac. But then again, what didn't the Romans consider an aphrodisiac? And I'm just going to let that wilt for about 30 seconds. And then I'm going to pour in the reserved scallop juice. Those scallops have been sitting in that bowl for a couple minutes. And it has just this lovely, sweet liqueur, as the French would say. So I'm going to put the liqueur from the scallops back in. And that's going to finish the kind of braising process here. And this whole thing is almost in real time. It only takes a couple minutes. I'm going to dump my scallops back in just so those are nice and warm. And because I didn't overcook those the first time, I don't have to worry about them getting too tough. Of course, you're going to test this and taste this for salt and pepper. And we are just about ready to roll. So I'm going to put that in a plate. Now you notice the arugula may not have looked totally done when I finished, but by the time I grab a spoon and grab the bowls and start to serve it, that wilts perfectly, sweet, tender, yet still green. Really nice. I'm going to put on some scallops. I'm going to top this with just a little bit, another shake or two of paprika. If you wanted a little spicier, you can use some cayenne. And that's it. A beautiful, simple, delicious spring dish. Arugula, so good for you. Scallops, so good for you. Lentils and beans, you know, they're good for you. So anyway, go to the site to get more info. And as always, enjoy.